The U.S. pulled away late, winning the fourth quarter by 19 to build the final 33-point margin. The Aussies actually shot it well from both inside and outside the arc, but thanks to 18 turnovers forced and a +10 rebound advantage, the U.S. had 15 more field goal attempts. Team USA is now 16-0 all-time in Olympic quarterfinals. What did we learn from this game?
We've learned that they're really good, and LeBron James can do whatever he wants. But I think also when you start to look at it, we know going into this tournament, Matt, they were small. And Tyson Chandler's been in foul trouble, but they've all made an effort to get on that offensive glass. They had 20 offensive rebounds. Kevin Love is doing an excellent job coming off the bench. He had 8. And I think also when you start to look at this team is they understand they can beat teams offensively easily. But if they have to get stops and get out and get some easy buckets, and they're starting to do that.
And that's what's triggered things throughout the tournament. Anytime it's gotten close, they've flipped a switch defensively to get easy buckets and go on the runs that have decided the final margins. So up next, it's the Olympic semifinals against the last team to beat the U.S. in an Olympic setting. That would be Argentina back in 2004. Of course, they've already met in this tournament. It got a little contentious, as you're probably aware. So the second meeting in 5 days coming up.
I can tell you the focus level that we have right now from all 12 guys is what's going to make this game fun tomorrow. When you put, the focus level of, LeBron when he's really locked in, and Kobe when he's locked in, and myself and Chris Paul and Durant, and just the whole team when we locked in. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
I think they have, many players that have played in our league in the NBA, and also players that have played at a very high level in FIBA basketball. So they're a team that we have their attention, and likewise they have ours.
They have our attention, and I think they know that. We know that, and let the games begin.
And those games will begin on Friday at noon Eastern time with the other semifinal. Russia, a little bit of a surprise. They looked very good throughout this tournament, taking on Spain, the other gold medal final favorites with the United States. Then it's Argentina and the U.S. at 4 Eastern time. Once again, David Aldrige is on your telly via Cisco telepresence as he continues our Olympic coverage. D.A., this team has been waiting for Kobe Bryant to get it going, or as he put it, to, quote, activate the Black Mamba. What got him going?
Well, nothing other than just shooting, Matt. I mean, he's a guy that's extremely confident that every shot he's going to take will go in. So he missed 4 shots. I thought it was more, and he said, no, it was only 3 shots, in the first half. Once he hit one, all the confidence comes back. Remember, this 3-point line is such that these are shots that are normally 2-point shots for Kobe. So, he stepped into a few of them. He had obviously got into a great rhythm in a real hurry, and was able to turn it on, much like he did in 2008. Where you remember he struggled a lot during the preliminary rounds, and then when he got to the medal rounds, he was able to pick it up.
D.A., we can't talk about USA basketball without LeBron James. And you look at his year, everything he's done, and then you add a triple-double in his last outing with USA basketball. Could you just talk about his presence for the USA basketball team?
Well, Smitty, he was he was so good the other night against Australia. I mean, I thought the rebounding really, controlled the game, and he was able to do so many things as a passer. It was just remarkable. It's remarkable to see him really be comfortable now, I think, with the type of player that he is. And it may not be, it's not going to be that Michael Jordan kind of crazy scorer. I mean, he can do that, but I think he's just more comfortable facilitating offense and playing with these kinds of guys who can make shots. It just makes it so much easier, and it really complements what he does and what he likes to do as a basketball player.
D.A., to follow up, also Coach K talked about the point guards, Chris Paul and Darren Williams, both pushing the basketball, being more aggressive. Can you talk about Darren Williams? I thought he came in that second quarter and really gave the USA a big lift.
Yeah, I mean, what they have gone to Coach Krzyzewski and really advocated them playing together. They think that they have a good chemistry with one another, and that was evident. That's been evident really the last few games. I mean, I think I don't know if it was the last game against Australia, but Chris Paul had 5 steals and a half. I mean, they really have gotten it going, and they're really looking for each other. And Darren Williams was in a good rhythm in the first half and made a lot of big shots. So those two together are, maybe one of the best combinations guard-wise that Mike Krzyzewski has had throughout these Olympics.
Now to the semifinals, and this team's third meeting in 20 days with Argentina. The last time, folks will recall, turned a little contentious when Argentine guard Facundo Campazzo hit Carmelo Anthony with a low blow. Campazzo indicated the shot was in retaliation for a Chris Paul punch earlier in the game. In any event, there is history here, and Argentina's MO includes working officials and trying to get under the skin of opponents. How much is Coach K emphasizing composure ahead of this game?
Well, yeah, man. I mean, obviously, you know, you're have a chance to get to the gold medal game. You have to kind of, you know, put all the other stuff aside. And you know, they talked a lot today about that. I mean, you know, James Harden said point blank, look, we know there's still going to be some contention in this next game because of what happened in the last game. And Argentina, with its history, with its core group that's won world championships, obviously has been a great team internationally since 2002 when they broke through and won in Indianapolis. I mean, you know, this is a terrific basketball team, and they're going to play hard, and they are going to try to flop and do the things that they do and get these guys to kind of get off of their game a little bit. But the U.S. team knows that they can be successful against these guys if they stay composed, play through all that, and defensively they have to really dictate to Argentina. Instead of letting Argentina control the pace of the game, they have to make Argentina shoot quickly, pass quickly, do all of those things, and that will lead to runouts and opportunities in transition.
Keeping on the subject of getting on a team's nerves, Spain's quarterfinal win over France took an ugly turn late when Nicolas Batum of the Blazers appeared to punch Juan Carlos Navarro in the groin. He was apparently frustrated by what he regarded as flopping by Spain. As you know, David, NBA Commissioner David Stern has been very upfront about his desire to end flopping in the NBA. Where does FIBA stand on the issue?
Well, I mean, I think FIBA would like to, you know, I doubt FIBA's going to do anything, to be honest with you, man. I mean, I just think that it's kind of not really among their high priorities. It's something that is part of the international game. When you get the U.S. players out of it and you look at the way the game is played overseas, there's a lot of flopping going on. Long time, and I have not gotten any sense. Now, honestly, I haven't. That's not one of the things that I've been checking every day. But I don't get any sense that there's any groundswell for FIBA to do something about flopping. It's just kind of part of the game. I think people were more exercised about whether or not Spain really gave a maximum effort in the preliminary rounds. That's something that vexed a lot of people. And, you know, I would hope FIBA would do something more about that than about flopping, which is, you know, it's obviously an annoyance for anybody who really likes the game, but I don't know that there's a whole lot they're going to do right now.
D.A., going into this game against Argentina, obviously everybody talked about the USA. The Achilles heel is probably their bigs, and Tyson Chandler's been in foul trouble, but Kevin Love has really stepped up. No one's really talked about how huge he's been, 12 points, and leading the USA team in rebounding. Can you talk about both those subjects? Yeah,
no, he's really picked it up, Smitty. I mean, he's, you know, remember when Jared Colangelo kind of challenged him early on in the preliminary games or before they got over here that he had to start playing better, and he has. He's picked it up. He's really gotten on the glass. He had some great offensive rebound sequences against Australia the other day, and so he has helped them an awful lot. And I think their big lineup is, you get to these last two games, if you're talking about Argentina and Spain, you're going to have your bigs contribute. I mean, Tyson Chandler is going to have to stay out of foul trouble if they do play Spain in the gold medal game with the Gasol brothers. I mean, he's going to have to be out there on the floor. So Kevin Love has played very well, though. I mean, he's given them not only the rebounding, but he's hit the open shot when he's gotten the ball on the weak side, and that really is a pressure release, as you know. So, I mean, he's done a really, really good, solid job the last few games hitting the glass.
And Chandler played again under 9 minutes against Australia. David, thank you as always. We'll talk to you soon from London.